Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, or Windows devices from their respective stores. Now, a bit about the Channels TV apps. The Channels TV or the Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share. In Imo State, the police have arrested 2 suspects as investigations continue into the death of Reverend Father Siriakus Onunkwo. The latest information on the Reverend Father's murder was given by the state governor, Okorocha, while he was briefing the press at the government house in Owerri, the state capital. He assured residents that the suspects are still in custody and cooperating with the police on the matter.
The kingpins and those responsible for the timely death of the priest are in the police custody. And investigation is still going on, and the police commissioner is reporting to me accordingly as they make the progress in the matter. Reports reaching me indicates also is one of those acts that those entrusted with responsibility to save lives and property could also be found to be an accused. And that's the aspect that worries us a lot. So the investigation is still going on, and very soon we'll let the public see or know what was responsible for the death of the Reverend Father. As it is now, we're putting a close monitoring, and the suspects are cooperating by giving the relevant information and how the whole act took place.
Governor Okorocha of Imo State. Now, work has begun on the all-important route to and fro Nigeria's main air gateway, that's the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The state government flagged off the reconstruction of the 10-lane Oshodi International Airport Road with a pledge to complete the project within 15 months. It's one of the busiest roads in the state, with vehicular volumes estimated at almost 50,000 vehicles daily. It says the government has identified some property along the corridor to be within the reach of the way, but assures property owners that the impact will be minimal and government would minimize it. The state is appealing to residents and motorists to cooperate during the period of the reconstruction. And to talk to us more about this work on the Oshodi Airport Road, we have the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Steve Ayorinde. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you. Can you just bring us up to speed of what is the idea behind this entire reconstruction? Because it looks like it's a major project.
It is. It's probably the biggest road reconstruction that Lagos State will undertake in recent years. You've never had a 10-lane road reconstruction in the state, and possibly, anywhere in Nigeria, lately. That route is very important to Lagos State, to Nigerians. It's the gateway to the state and indeed to the country. The MMA is the busiest airport, in Nigeria. But all of us know that it's been an eyesore, frankly speaking. It's a kind of, it discourages people from coming to, to town, particularly investors. And we felt that it is important to fix the road, and therefore we went into discussions with the federal government to say it's obvious that you are not able to fix this road by yourself, but Lagos State will undertake it this year and throughout next year, so that we can gain a lot. One, encourage people to come to the state, increase activities around, the axis, and of course it will complement what we are already doing within the Oshodi axis. You know that there is a massive bus terminal, project going on there. And Oshodi has always been a case study, frankly speaking, as to how you can regenerate a major hub, in the state. And we felt that between Oshodi and Airport Road, if we're able to fix that road and then increase traffic, 10-lane road, and the project in Oshodi, it will go a long way in increasing the economic activities in the state.
What are the plans to manage the traffic? I mean, yes, we know that about 50,000 vehicles are estimated to go there daily.
Yes.
So what are the plans to manage that traffic? Because there will be a major clog there.
There will be inconveniences, frankly speaking. I mean, no pain, no gain. But what we're saying to Lagosians is you need to bear with us. It's a project that we will undertake in 3 phases. We're actually starting from the Oshodi, interchange. And part of what we are doing is to communicate on a daily, weekly, monthly basis as to how it will affect, our commuters moving from point A to B. We actually have a stakeholders meeting tomorrow, Thursday. We're working hand in hand with the federal airport authorities, and we'll be communicating as we go along. We won't start the project simultaneously. If we are facing Oshodi to the airport road, you will see demarcations and you will see announcements on a daily basis as to, because alternative routes won't be created, but we will mitigate the effect that this will bring to bear on commuters and road users.
Okay, you've already said the road will not be closed off completely.
No, it won't be. It won't be.
I know this might not, I don't know if the government has thought about this, but there are those who come into the airport in Lagos and they feel like the airport is below par. Now, you're looking at building a world-class road. Are you also looking at talking to the federal government to take over the airport as well?
Without a doubt, we're talking to the federal government. But of course, the federal government has already mentioned the possibility of probably concessioning, the airport. But that's a decision that the federal government will have to take. The larger picture that we are looking at as Lagos State is that you can't have one single international airport servicing 21 million people. And this is the reason why we are thinking of another airport along Ibejuleki, Ekpe, there's no city. You are more than 5 million, 10 million, you already have 2, 3 airports. One can't service us. MMA2, it's a beautiful project, but it can't even do regional, flights, which really we ought to be doing. But part of what Lagos State is trying to do is, one, talk to the federal government about the need to totally, change what is happening at the airport. And you see what the vice president did the other time, as part of the plans to make the place a lot better. But for us, really, a second airport is needed, and that will be the second phase of as part of the Smart City project that we're working on.
Just a quick one. What about compensation for those whose properties are going to be affected by this road expansion? Oh,
I mean, we're known for compensating. It will be minimal in this case. There are a few fences that we have identified, that are on the right of way. Minimal, things that will affect what we're doing, but there will be compensation. We did it when we were fixing the flyover bridge in Aja and, of course, in Abulegba. For this one, too, people will be compensated, particularly those who were there legally, who had permits.
Would you give an estimate of how much that will be?
I mean, it's a multi-billion naira project to start with, but in terms of compensation.
What would that project as a whole cost?
Much more than 15 billion.
And Lagos is able to do it?
Well, this is the 5th largest economy in Africa.
Thank you very much.
And it's for the benefit of every Lagosian, frankly speaking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steve Aaron, the Commissioner for Information Lagos. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.
And still ahead on News Across Nigeria, Kaduna State Government reopens tertiary institutions closed during the Southern Kaduna security crisis. Don't go away.